tell you guys a little bit about myself and go through some of my builds. Well, anyway, what's up Twitch? What's up YouTube? It's your boy Nick. At some point I might rebrand with the Leroy Jenkins. Still kind of deciding on a name, but I'd like to do a little bit of variety content, mainly sticking to ESO. I've been doing a couple videos for the Golden Vendors. With that, I do not own a PC. I do not really edit much. So basically, I stream to Twitch, rip the video straight from whatever I'm doing, and go from there. So a lot of times, I probably won't make sense if you see a YouTube video posted, or it's going to be janky, or you're going to have lots of loading screens. Because right now, yeah, like I said, I don't own a PC. I'm not experienced in editing videos. I tried it once. It was a long process doing a Destiny highlight video back in the day, but you know, you do what you do. But anyway, I am a retired combat veteran. Spent 21 years in the Air Force. Well, just shy of 20. Now that I'm retired, I do dog sitting and babysitting and whatnot. Currently working to be the tax collector in my town, which is weird. You know, I'm gonna be the most hated man ever because I'm gonna take people's money and have them pay their taxes. But it doesn't look like we got anything too. Anyway, yeah, a little bit about me. I'm gonna try and do some videos every once in a while. I'm trying to build craft a lot recently in this game. Now, without having access to PTS, it is a bit hard. So, just sell a bunch of stuff. Dump my here. Dump these johners. Alright, all duplicate. Alright. Got a lot of stuff. Same thing in here. Before we start going to characters. Alright, so this is my Templar, an orc. This is basically just my crafter. I do have it currently set up for I should probably save this build. One bar build. As you can see, 64 points of magic. I'm running deadly and overwhelming right now with the Oaken Soul, with the Thief, no vampire, obviously not a werewolf. I do a little bit of Infinite Archive with this. This is just a jab. I'm gonna tweak it here soon, but puncturing sweeps obviously, AoE, solar barrage, absolutely necessary for the increased damage for 22 seconds with the class ability. I put a heal on just to make it easier. Barb trap. This will probably be the first to go, honestly, and then our execute radiant. I do like this one because stores magicka and heals. So we're doing Infinite Archive. It works pretty good, obviously. But yeah, this is pretty much my crafter, as you can see. I'm not one of those people that has crafting on all their characters. It's a lot of work. I probably should, but this is the one that I dump all my motifs, furnishing patterns, everything else on. Yeah, I don't really have any secondary builds built up for this. I might make a PvP one at this point, but as you can see, a little bit low on the transmit script. waiting for my Arcanist. This will be fun. This is just this character's sad. When Arcanist came out, I was so excited to do it, and then had a pretty nice build. I went for the cheap side of it. Went with an Overland set, which I think I'm using Venomous. We'll see here in a second. But let's go to the house. Actually, no, we'll just stay. So this is completely unbuffed right now, if I remember correctly. Dam based. Oh, actually, I do have that up. We are using Thief Mundus, which increases our weapon spell crit. This one will probably be my next character to remake, but running Deadly, which is probably not best in slot for Arcanist anymore, but given how much of the damage is done by beam and your tentacles, the old school Crux, build 3 up, spam beam, 15% damage, channel effects. And I think I'm running 1 piece Slime Crawl. Yeah. Deadly Venomous, yeah. Did I? Either way. Venomous, it's just one of those sets. Crit, weapon spell, dealing crit damage, inflicts venom for 10 seconds, dealing poison. And an AoE. Kind of like a cheap version of Azure Blight, which probably should work. And then, obviously, the Velothi. Basically, light attacks do, light and heavy do nothing. It boosts your damage by 15%. Considering that you're using beam, which is a channeled attack that lasts a long time. You obviously can't use Reliquins because unless you're really, really good at keeping up Reliquin stacks, you're not gonna with the don't really need to go through skills, but as you can see, it is pretty standard for Arcanist. Some of this I am, as you can see, I really upgrade skills. So this character doesn't get enough love. At some point, I should work on this. Alright, this might end up being a very long video, and lots of loading and cut screens. Sergeant Meowenstein. This is a little pet project I'm doing right now. This is my Khajiit Sork werewolf, and werewolves are in a bad spot. People who are good with werewolves are very good with werewolves. And I'm apparently not one of them. So go here into the character. We got all of our points into health. Obviously this is a PvP werewolf. Pretty nice stamina, decent magical pool. Pretty decent actually crit. Spell resistances are good. Pen isn't the best, but what am I using here? Using a thief, which spell crit. I might change that up a little bit. Who knows? But let's transform into werewolf form. And this thing just runs out way too quick. I am not using pack leader. Go through gear first, actually. So this is kind of theory crafting with me. Using rushing agony, which when you use a leap, after 0.8 seconds you pull all enemies within 12 meters. After 2 seconds, deal a whole bunch of physical damage, and it can occur every 8 seconds. It does not apply crowd control immunity, which is very nice, which this works very well in tandem with Werewolf, as one of its main skills is a crowd control and a fear. And then through my theory crafting, I was thinking, Jesus Christ, I already ran out of Werewolf. The Beacon Oblivion, which is the new Infinite Archive set, which armor, weapon, and spell, max health, really nice. And the big bonus is because this can work one of two ways. So if I have pets, I'm going to gain 1840 health and almost 2k armor, which for a 5-piece is trash. So if I run the pet version of this, then this set is basically useless. But while I don't have a pet active, I have to increase my damage done and healing done by 15%. And obviously in PvP with Battle Spirit, it drops that to 10%. So 10% flat bonus, unnamed buff. Pretty dope. I do run one piece Magma Incarnate for the weapon and stam recovery. And obviously I'm running Oaken Soul because what else are you supposed to run? Now the problem is I'm tweaking the skills on this. Gotta go to our werewolf. Alright. So we're running Berserker. I'm still working on upgrading this, but transforms, light attacks, apply bleed damage over time, which is pretty nice. Heavy attacks deal splash damage. Nice. AoE. We like it. We're also running the Brutal Pounce version, which AoE, bleed damage, hemorrhage to everybody nearby. And a whole bunch of other bonuses, but first thing is Fortitude. This is basically my heal. Big heal when you pop it. Or I can restore stamina. Gain minor endurance, fortitude, and recuv improved. And then Age of Brutality and Sorcery. And weapon damage is improved. So, can I do the... Yeah. Bloodlust, our Ferocious Roar. This is our Fear. Or Terrified, whatever you want to call it. Send people off balance for 7 seconds. Heavy attacks are 10% faster, so with the splash damage is pretty good. This gives me Major Savagery and Prophecy again, and a lot of weapon crit. Howl of Agony. This is a AoE. Very nice, 10% more damage to terrified enemies or off balance enemies. So the combo of my Roar and Agony is pretty good. And Claws of Anguish. Major Defile, bunch of disease damage over time, and disease status effect, so not bad. Obviously here all maxed out. The problem I have right now is I just run out of werewolf form, so I gotta tweak this. Probably just replace Rushing Agony. Problem in PvP is a lot of times you're just not going to find things to devour, or in the middle of a fight it is really hard to just sit there and eat stuff, considering that I play solo. So theory crafting this player, trying to figure out how to make werewolf good, but it is just ungodly hard. Skip over a few, or this just might be a long video. We're already at about 14 minutes. So Slain Diagonite, this is another one of my PvP tunes. This is a vampire Dragonite and Breton. So Breton passives I do like for PvP. Pretty nice. This is pretty simple. I'm running absolute meta on this thing. Um, so this is unbuffed. You can see the character sheets. Good chunk of health. We got 38 in the magic, got 26 in the health. I might tweak this around a little bit. Sometimes it doesn't hit too well. Vampire Stage 3, I'm not really sure. If I like Stage 3, if I want to drop back to Stage 2, I gotta mess with it. But, yeah, meta character, Pyrebrand, Mace, Ironhone, Sharpened. We got, Poison and Flame, really easy. Backbar, Daedric Trickery. I do sometimes swap this out for Oak Fathers, but Firebrand, nothing needs to be said about it. It is getting nerfed into the ground soon. Bloodspawn, Ever Classic. We got Well Fitted. Trainee, we run the One Piece for the max health. Impen. Shoulders, Bloodspawn, Impen. Wastes our Firebrand. Going in a heavy with Impen. Another Firebrand, Impen. Daedric Trickery, heavy. I have actually a lot of heavy. Did I not run any light? Then we run Saint Seducer, which is, on the surface, this doesn't seem good, but this is just such a good mythic. I love it. While in combat, gain 1 of 5 major random buffs, which changes every 10 seconds. Enemies within 12 meters of you gain 1 of 5 minor buffs, depending on which buff you have. So, y'all can read those there. Play the game, you know what it is. So, I absolutely love this thing, and that's why sometimes I do like running Saint Seducer over Daedric Trickery. So, skills are pretty simple. Simple rotation. Whip, we try and set up our big whips. And we want to get stacks of our, what are they called? Ardent Flame abilities, that's right. So we want to build up 3 stacks, so we've got 3 Ardent Flame abilities just stacked up here. So we got our Shattering Rocks, big fan of this one because this is what gives you a nice big old heal at the end. A lot of people like the other one, Fossilized, but I'm a big fan of Shattering Rocks personally. Flames Oblivion, basically our spammable. Claws. Degen, which is just another damage over time, helps with Firebrand set. And then we run Leap on the front bar. Volatile, pretty simple. Ellie Sup. This is how I build up alt. Sometimes I'll use this as a spammable on the back bar. Blood Mist, I haven't done Race Against Time on this character. I'm not spending the crowns. Big heal, Resolving Vigor, Coagulating Blood, big heal again. Obviously Corrosive Armor. So, pretty simple, pretty easy, all this. Makes this DK pretty stout. More of a brawler. Alright, Natty Smasher. Now I do have 2 builds on this one. Right now I'm pretty sure that I have my Infinite Archive build equipped. I could throw a taunt on this bad boy and tank with it, honestly, to do dailies if I'm doing just random normals. If it's a non-DLC dungeon, I could probably tank on this thing all day long. But this is mainly meant for the Infinite Archive, just grinding out, grinding through levels. So I think I made it to Arc 5 or 6 with this build. It might be a little outdated at this point, but it still works. Still dishes out pretty decent damage considering, you'll see here in a second. We have all 64 points of health. Yeah, this is the big And when buffed up, this thing beeps up to a little over 40k. Yeah, a little over 40k. Alright. I actually have a couple builds. 3 builds. But, running Serpent's Disdain, One Piece Krog, Ice Furnace, and then Oaken Soul. So we'll go through story. So Serpent Sustain. This will be the first set I probably swap out. Max Stamina, Max Health, Max Magicka. And then I just increase the duration of status effects you apply. This is actually really good in Infinite Archive the higher up you get. Where status effects basically are going to be doing just vast majority of your damage. Infinite Archive is just such a dick grind, and I hate it, but some of the sets in there are good now with the new rework. One Piece Krogs, do this for the pen. And then Ice Furnace. Not sure if this got nerfed or not, but Magicka, crit chance, weapon spell damage, pretty easy. But with this being all frost focus, as we'll see when I go through the skills, when you deal frost damage, you do flame damage as well to all enemies within 8 meters around the initial target. This is going to occur once every second. So, considering that I basically use 2 frost dots, it's pretty simple. We go with the Oaken Soul. Obviously on this one, all the buffs, don't need to say more. So as you can see with the skills, Winter's Revenge, Circular Dot, deals a bunch of frost damage. Bit of a snare. Use Arctic Blast, which does a big heal, which is real nice. And then basically circle AoE around you, damage ticks for 20 seconds, frost damage every 2 seconds. After 2 seconds, line the chill status effect. So as you can see, we want that status effect to last longer. Another dot here, which I might look at replacing this. But Structured Entropy does provide a heal. And a very nice dot, not really big time damage, but it's just a sustained heavy dot that does a lot of healing. Ellie Sup, this does give me a chance to do a little bit more status effects, so either burning or concussed. I'm going to have chilled up a lot, but it is basically going to rotate. And then Resolving Vigor. And the big boy Permafrost. I might change this out to Northern Storm. I have to look at the new patch notes, figure it out. But Winter's Embrace, I mean, there is a couple other things I could go with here, but most of these are just shield and whatnot. So I suppose I could go with Wall of Elements, but I do like that bad boy. Then we have 2 other builds. I do have a. This is my full DPS Frost Warden. I used to hit around 100k on. I used Nern, Reliquin, Harper, the One Piece Rundwa for more crit. But this one's pretty simple. Just do lots of frost damage with the Master's Ice Staff, which reduces my clench or destructive touch cost by 10%, and then my weapon and spell damage 604 seconds after activating. No cooldown, which is pretty cool. So you can see when we go to the front bar and mix it up, I do right now I use Cutting Dive as a spammable. Subterranean Assault, this is to ease up on the Magicka drain on the character, so, but your Frost Reach, so a bunch of damage over time, big hit up front, you want to keep this up, so, apply some chilled status effects, but yeah, the big one is, always keep this up, basically every 6 skills you're recasting this, and you're just maintaining your dots outside of that. Degen, not really worried about the health here, so Matrix of Brutality, Sorcery, pretty nice. Barb Trap. I use the bear on this one. I like the bear. And back bar's pretty standard, so just a bunch of dots. Ball of Frost, Flies, Winter's Revenge, Arctic Blast, Belly Sup. So just a whole bunch of dots to upkeep while working my rotation around Subterranean Assault. So, and then in between my two spammables, depending on what my magic and spammables are looking like, are Cutting Dive and Frustration. And I do have a bow build. This is a bit old. I'm trying to remember what I used on this. Yeah, it was Reliquin, I think Pillar. But, basically, I was doing Poison Injection as my spammable with Cutting Dive, and then maintaining dots, and Speedy Boy stuff, a couple heals on here. But this was a very, very fun build, running a Bobo Warden. Oh man, my Sork. I only have one build on here. I'm pretty sure I probably have an old Crystal Frag spam build still on here, but yeah, I do. I was using Besize. And Zons, which I moved to another character with Sororia. Not the best, but I mean, it hit pretty good. I was hitting 100, 300, 5. Big one is, this is another Infinite Archive build. Yay. So much fun that you have to make all these builds for all these game modes. Lightning Staff of the Sergeant. Obviously, a no control build. Heavy attack focused. Running One Piece Slime Crawl. With Highland Sentinel, actually, right now, I really like. So, while you're in combat, you stand still. Crit chance goes up. If you move, start losing stacks, but learn how to play with it. It's actually a very nice set. I like it. It's craftable. There's a lot better for this setup, but I really like this setup. Run Daedric Prey. One pet, but basically this is going to buff my ult and my pet, doing some just passive damage, and it does a pretty nice damage over time, and then big explosion at the end. Got my shield, Hardened Ward, just getting kind of nerfed, but big heal, big shield with me and my pets. Pretty awesome, based off of max health. Crystal Frags, this is interchangeable. Sometimes I'll throw in the other pet here, or an Execute. Really just kind of depends. And then Inner Light, this gives me Major Savagery Prophecy, Tripod. So, and my Magic bolstered and some. So pretty simple build. I think next is my tank. Yeah. What do I have on? Ah, yes. This, I don't know if you want to call this an Infinite Archive build. I struggle sometimes. There's just some mechanics that one-shot me, and I really don't get it specifically on this character. But This is typically my tank, which is a little bit outdated, but this is a very, very fun bow build, where I'm using the Vatashron build, or Vatashron bow. So this basically just makes snipe hit like a fucking truck. So the closer I am to a target, the more damage it's gonna do for my snipe. I love it. It allows you to play aggressive, maintain your dots. And then you got your, with it being an Oaken Soul build, you do have your heavy attack to regain resources and do some big damage on the back end too. So running Storm Fist, 2-piece. This does a lot of damage. Very nice. I like it. You can run Zons, a couple other things, but I just like Storm Fist. Pyrebrand. Nothing more needs to be said. It is just an oppressively good set. And every once in a while when you're heavy attacking, this is gonna do a whole bunch of damage. So with all the dots you maintain on this build, it's pretty good. And then we are running Pestilent Host. 2-piece for pen with Oaken Soul. So bit of a somewhat off meta build using a mythic, a 2-piece. Monster set, 1 5-piece, and then our 2-piece with the Pestilent. But, pen's really nice. When this thing's buffed up, the stats are kind of ridiculous. So, as you can see on the front end, unbuffed. Big time weapon and spell damage, spell crit, not the best, but lots of spell resist, physical resist. Recoveries, very, very nice. I don't even know if it's buffed up right now. Do a sugar skulls. Do I not have a Mundus? I might need to fix that. There's no way I don't have a Mundus. Huh. Weird. Do a lot better if I did. But skills. So you same. This is our snipe morph. Big, big, big. Big physical damage. Blind Sunder status effect. The combo of those two. Amazing. Noxious Breath. AoE. A lot of poison damage. Damage over time, reducing basically the armor of your target. Burning Embers, same thing. Another dot, and a big heal. Eruption, circular AoE, mini snare. Gonna be doing some flame damage up front, other damage over time. So 1, 2, 3, bam. There is our damage over time, so keep Pyrebrand up. And this is a flex spot, so I can run flames, or if I really need a heal, I use Dragon Blood. So I'm running right now, and then standard. This thing's great, love it. Pop in the beginning of fights and near execute. Lots of damage, synergy for playing with people. Great, great, great. Like it over sleep sometimes. Alright. And my tank. This is a little bit outdated, but we're running Powerful Assault and Perfected Yolnacrins with Encratis currently. No mythics, but Powerful Assault. Sword and board on the front. Well, Mason, sword. I do like the mace and how it decreases pen. Or improves pen, mind you. And then ice staff back bar on a tank is absolutely essential for the damage shielding that you're getting. But Powerful Assault, you'll see me spam Vigor a lot, just to give people a bunch of weapon and spell damage. Set might be a little bit outdated, but it's ever classic. Same thing with Yolnacrin. So give me Minor Courage. Your entire team. If you're playing with a lot of people using Oaken Soul, kind of pointless, but I like these. And sometimes I swap out. I mean, I got Gallonway in here. Um, which, very old set, but when you block, you know, grants power. So this helps our healers out a lot. And if you are playing with a lot of control people, Gallonway is actually my least favorite character. I didn't even cover this too much. This is just a pillar of their build. Necro's in just such a bad spot. This is basically a straight PvE setup. I did at one time do a PvP Necro, but problem is blast bones basically every 2 skills. I don't like the skill rotation of this thing. It makes it hard to keep up dots with the Bowmancer using snipe. So, and then Siphon. I use this as a heal if I need it myself. A lot of times I'll swap this out just to try and upkeep. Skeletal Archer. Dawnbreaker. Back bar, 2-hander. Pretty simple stuff. I keep blast bones on both bars just because when I'm on the back bar, Stampede is very hard to bar swap coming out of the time. I don't know if it's a bug or what the hell's going on. Yeah. But like I said, this is pillar. Pillar. So I'll string back the battle axe on the back sword would probably be better, but we run Zons as well. I don't think. No.
Work for the brave of heart.
Work in progress, but until they massively Necro. Good old sleeve of Wizard Hammer. My favorite PvP. Nightblade's lots of fun. I'm just gonna let you all guess what this book has on it. And you said tarnished, and you're 100% correct. But steel weapon spammable, chill contingency. I really do need to craft something else. I was messing with crafting, trying to figure out something spammable. Really have no clue what this does. It does stuff. Power extraction is really just there. I'll spam it sometimes to get some AoE, plus a lot of stealth, other Nightblades. Passive skill, siphoning attacks. And Merciless Resolve, obviously my big bow proc. With end cap, back bar, staple, skies, racing at the time, big heal, LE sub. This allows me to build up Merciless Resolve stacks as I'm hanging in the back if I'm going to be ganking or doing whatever I'm doing. And Temporal Guard, it's there. Obviously, you can see Tarnished Nightmare. The set's just, I wouldn't say oppressive. I think people make more out of it than it needs to be, but it does a lot of work for Nightblade. I like it. And then we run Balorg, obviously, One Piece Trainee, with Wretched Vitality, which he set on combat. I get more magic or recovery. I'm applying major minor buff and recover stuff like that. So, and run Saint Seducer. Told you, love this. All right, well, yeah, those are the builds. Cool. Gotta go pee.